Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. It's great to be back with you. Hope you are doing well. Please post your comments and questions below. I'd love to hear from you. I always love hearing from you. I always do. Even that one guy who likes to dislike my videos. I appreciate you too, pal. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because it does feed the AI algorithm. It really does help the channel, so I would appreciate it. Let's jump right into it. As you see here, article from Fox News. AI generated attorney outrages judge who scolds man over courtroom fake, not a real person. Right. That's correct. So, long story short, this guy goes in the courtroom and he decides to use an AI avatar to help represent himself because he has apparently trouble speaking in front of groups of people. I would recommend Toastmasters. Spaces on X. It's a really good place to learn how to speak. So we're going to watch a quick video and then we are going to get into a little bit of the legal proceedings. This is going to be a shorter video. Actually, from now on, the way this is going to work, I'm going to do shorter videos, pump those out for the channel. And then every once in a while, I'll do a longer analysis of what I would traditionally do. So anyway, let's jump right into this.
And the appellant has submitted a video for his argument. Okay, we will hear that video now.
May it please the court. I come here today a humble pro se
All right.
before a panel of 5 distinguished justices.
Is this, hold on. Is that?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That is kind of a weird video. That's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. The judges are picking up on it too. They definitely are. But you'll find out here in a second that they don't quite know what's going on. But he's basically gonna dox himself or out himself, however you want to call it.
Is that counsel for the case?
I generated that.
I'm sorry?
I generated that. That is not a real person.
Yeah, he's explaining it.
It would have been nice to know
Right.
that when you made your application. You did not tell me that, sir. I received the application. And you have appeared before this court and been able to testify verbally
Correct.
in the past. You have gone to my clerk's office and held verbal conversations with our staff for over 30 minutes. Okay? I don't appreciate being misled.
Well, that's an interesting point by the judge. Would you appreciate being misled in a situation like this? Or are you one of those people, hey, AI is going to take over, it doesn't matter. Suck it up. CC Krulak. You might not be familiar with that term. Some of the old school Marines will be. But anyway, it's a valid point. I think it's a valid point. You know, should there be some honesty? Should a person say ahead of time, hey, I'm going to use this? Or, you know, can I use this? Something like that. Anyway, let's continue here.
So either you are suffering from an ailment that prevents you from being able to articulate, or you don't.
Right.
You are not going to use this courtroom as a launch for your business, sir. So if you are able to shut that off. If you want to.
Is that lady blowing her nose? That lady is blowing her nose. This was lady's chewing her out. The judge is chewing her out. And this other judge is blowing her nose. All right, cool.
Have oral argument time, you may stand up and give it to me. You have 5 minutes.
And that's that. We're going to jump over to this next article. By the way, tell me what you think about that in the, let's get out of here real quick. All right. There's a song that ended up, by the way, I do these in one shot. So sometimes these videos may seem really organized, and other times they may seem like things are crashing around me. But either way, please post your comments, questions below. I'd love to hear from you. So let's jump into this next article. Like I said, we're going to have, at least I hope I said it at the beginning. We're going to have a couple articles. One of a video from Fox News, another one from the AP. So let's jump into this one from the AP here. So there's that part where he comes in front and he tries to do this thing, and you can see try to utilize this generated AI, and as you can see, judge shuts that down pretty quick. But this isn't the first time this has happened, according to the AP. This from the AP. By the way, I'll post these articles down below of the video so you can access them if you like. Or you could just use my video as a reference. It would be great as well. Anyway, let's jump into this article real quick. In June 2023, 2 attorneys in a law firm were each fined $5,000 by a federal judge in New York after they used an AI tool to do legal research, and as a result wound up citing fictitious legal cases made up by the chatbot. The firm involved said it had made a good faith, in quotes, good faith mistake in failing to understand that artificial intelligence might make things up. Yes, of course. Of course it would make things up. Of course it would. It's a probability machine. Underneath, it's mathematical statistics. Part of how that's the foundation, if you didn't know, for those who have listened to my videos, who listened to the longer videos when I get into this, the foundation of AI is mathematical statistics. And from that, which means it's probability. So you're going to get mistakes. You have to check your work. You might have heard this before. Physicists talking about this. They have to check the work of the AI. People trying to do research with, let's say, Grok, they have to check Grok, make sure that it's giving the correct information. You have to check your work. If you're going to use AI, you have to check your work. AI does some really great things, but you still have to check your work. Let's continue here. Later that year, more fictitious court rulings invented by AI were cited in legal papers filed by lawyers for Michael Cohen, a former personal lawyer for President Trump. Of course, if you've been following law the last 8 years, or you've been following politics, then you know who Michael Cohen is. If you don't, then I have some good insurance to recommend to you. Let's continue here. Cohen took the blame, saying he didn't realize that Google tool was using for legal research was capable of so-called AI hallucinations. Again, it's a probability machine. I'll say this over and over and over until you're sick and tired of me hearing this. But if you're going to listen to this channel, please know. By the way, do like and subscribe, because it does feed the AI algorithm. If you feel like I'm providing value to you and I can earn your subscription today, that'd be great. If not, no hard feelings. No hard feelings at all. But again, AI is a probability machine, so it's going to do some of these things. Will it be 100%? No, it's never going to be 100%. Let's continue here. Those were errors, but Arizona's Supreme Court last month intentionally began using 2 AI-generated avatars, similar to the one that Dewald used in New York to summarize court rulings for the public. Yeah, so this is probably going to become a part of the legal process. We've talked about other industries, restaurant industry. We've talked about nuclear energy. If you go way back in my videos, AI is starting to become a part of different industries. And the question is, how is it going to be integrated into those industries? What is that going to look like? For somebody like me that works at the integration of software and hardware, that's a very interesting question. Let's continue here. On the court's website, the avatars who go by Daniel and Victoria say they are there to share its news. Anyways, I'll post these articles in below so you have access to them, and I'll leave you with these final 3 questions. If I can get my notes here. First question: should AI avatars be allowed in court when somebody's representing themselves? Second, how should the legal system adapt to everyday people using AI tools? Right, it's becoming a part of our lives. ChatGPT, Grok, so on and so forth. And where exactly do we draw the line between helpful tech and courtroom deception? Obviously, that in that video that looked like deception. Oh, and here's a bonus question: will legal representation by the state become AI? So let's say you can't afford a legal representative. Will you get an AI? So I will leave you with that final question. Were there any questions you think I should have asked? Anything I missed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Let's keep the conversation going. And remember, like, share, and subscribe because it does feed the AI algorithm. We'll see you in the next episode.